Every morning, 68-year-old Kamla Devi woke up before sunrise. Not because she wanted to, but because the pain in her knees wouldn't let her sleep any longer. Her room was silent, except for the creaking of her wooden bed and the faint hum of the ceiling fan. For years, this had been her routine. Wake up, sit on the edge of the bed, hold her knees, breathe through the pain, and whisper, maybe tomorrow will be better. But tomorrow never really changed. Her children lived in another city, busy with their lives. Her husband, Raghunath, passed away 7 years ago, and the house that once echoed with laughter now carried only the sound of her careful, slow footsteps. Walking from her bed to the bathroom felt like climbing a mountain. Each step sent a sting up her legs. Her knees were swollen, stiff, and stubborn, like they had forgotten how to bend. Doctors gave her medicines. Neighbors gave her advice. But the pain stayed. Until one morning, something changed. That morning, Kamla sat at the edge of her bed like always. But when she reached for her walking stick, it wasn't there. She looked around, and saw it leaning against the far wall, too far to reach without standing. For a moment, she froze. She felt helpless, trapped in her own body. Then, a thought crossed her mind, if I can walk even 2 steps without it, maybe I can walk 3. It wasn't courage. It was frustration, pure, quiet frustration at being dependent. She placed both her palms on the bed and slowly stood up. Her knees screamed in protest. Her back trembled. But she stood, unsteady, shaking, but standing. For the first time in months, she took 1 step. Then another. Her heartbeat raced, her breath grew heavy. And when she finally reached the stick, she didn't grab it. She just smiled. That moment, small, almost invisible to anyone else, was her turning point. Over the next few days, Kamla made a small rule for herself. Before touching the stick, she had to walk at least 3 steps on her own. 3 steps turned into 5. 5 turned into 10. 10 became a slow walk around her room. Her legs still hurt, but something else had started working, her will. Soon, she added another small ritual. Before breakfast, she'd sit on a chair and do gentle leg stretches she saw on TV. Then she'd walk from her kitchen to the balcony every morning to watch the sunrise. The first week, it took her 20 minutes. By the 3rd week, she could do it in 5. One afternoon, her neighbor's 10-year-old granddaughter Pihu came over. Seeing Kamla walking without her stick, the girl clapped her hands and said, "Daddy, you're walking like my school teacher." Kamla laughed, but her eyes filled with tears. She hadn't realized how far she'd come until that innocent comment. That night, instead of sleeping early, she opened her husband's old diary. Inside, there was a note he had written years ago. "If you ever feel weak, remember, even mountains move slowly. But they still move." Kamla closed the diary, placed it beside her pillow, and whispered, "Raghunath, I'm still moving." The days that followed were not easy. Some mornings, the pain was worse. Some nights, the stiffness returned. But now, Kamla had learned something powerful. Pain doesn't mean stop. It means go gently. She stopped avoiding movement. Instead, she turned it into her medicine. Slow walks, gentle stretches, deep breathing. A month later, when her son came to visit, he was stunned. "Ma, where's your stick?" he asked. Kamla smiled. "It's retired," she said with a laugh. He watched her walk across the living room, steady, graceful, confident. And in that moment, he realized something every child must one day understand. Parents don't grow old overnight. They fade slowly when they stop moving, stop believing, and stop being needed. But Kamla had found her reason again, herself. Now, every morning at sunrise, you'll find her on her balcony. She stretches her arms, looks at the sky, and walks a few slow rounds. Her pain hasn't disappeared, but her strength has returned. And every time she takes a step, she whispers to herself, "I'm still moving. I'm still alive." Brain moral of the story. You don't lose strength with age, you lose it when you stop using it. Movement is medicine. Courage isn't about running miles, it's about taking that first step when your body tells you not to. If Kamla could find her strength again, so can you. Start small. Start today. And keep moving, one gentle step at a time.